lecturer at the University of Washington, Tacoma, and she is going to be presenting what is security in data science. Deveeshree, there is a 15-minute timer, so please remember to set that and enjoy.
Thank you. I hope. Hello, everyone. My name is Deveeshree Nayak, and I teach information technology and cybersecurity at the University of Washington, Tacoma. The security is my research area where I work mostly, where like I cover information technology, very much diverse. My background is in criminology, focused on cybercrime and in information system. So when I talk about security in data science, it's very diverse, and that's how really I thought of giving a different perspective of when we talk about data science. It's like the myth is we have to be computer scientists to focus on data science or any related technology. That's not necessarily true. If we see social science, criminologists, statistician, people who work in different psychology, everybody use data. So it's no more and only isolated with computer science. So first, because the background where I'm coming from is my educational background is both social science, focusing on cybercrime, which is a lot of data, terabytes of data we had to analyze, and using mathematical model, come up with some conclusion that why it is happening. And in information system, I get to work in data science field, like as a data analyst or technology, threat analysis, monitoring the data generated every day. So those are the things actually helped kind of come up with this, that security in data science is as vital as in technology. So are you
able to do presentation mode? It's fairly small on our screens.
Oh, sorry.
That's okay.
Is it perfect?
Yes, that's perfect. Thank you.
Okay, sorry. So what is data science? So the ability to take data, to be able to understand it, process it, and kind of like extract and manipulate and use in different perspective is basically data science. And this is mentioned by Hal Varian, chief economist and Google and UC Berkeley professor. So it gives us the definition. I decided to use it because it covers everything what in the present time we are looking at. And if we look at the present situation, which is COVID-19, and we see the security side of it, of data science, every day we see in the news that there is some kind of spam is going on. People are getting attacked by cyber attackers, asking for information, asking for money, asking for like threatening. So when we talk about data science, yes, so these are the ability, they take the data, they understand it, and they process it, and in a smarter format, which needs to be studied and understood very differently. And we need a lot of research in this, which presently in a lot of improvements in this field. So this is one of the data science life cycle, which is also like the research is going on at UC Berkeley, like how do data science life cycle works. Basically, like in the 5 domain we can see is like the capture, maintain, process, analyze, and communicate. So when we see like, when we capture the data, the different domains, like how acquisition happens, entry, the data, where the source of data, how it has been generated, who is behind it. And then, we are going to process, which is a backend side, how the data warehousing, database, securities, the technical perspective it. When we're processing and doing modeling, there are mathematical aspect to it. When we're analyzing, we need analysis ability to analysis ability skills and understanding of how, what are the skills needed, looking at it, and critical thinking, and then communicate also, like coming from a social science perspective of like report writing, visualization, intelligence, business intelligence. So if we see this particular cycle, when we add security to it, we can apply security knowledge in every perspective, like data acquisition, data entry, finding the source, whether the source is correct or not, is it reliable, is it like some kind of state sponsored terrorism of like, you know, attacking the infrastructure of particular database of universities or government agencies or any corporate environment. When we are maintaining it, we also have to filter. So if we apply the security perspective to it, data security, warehousing, database security, tagging, how the data processing between one network to another, what is encryption methodology, what type of cryptology technology has been used, how secure it is, whether we are providing, is there any internal security. So if we focus on this particular chart, we can apply security in every perspective. So again, I'm going back to my point, is that is related to technology skills required? The answer is no. We need a very diverse of background to address security in data science. Next is when we talk about what is security in data science, this is, I believe that like what my conclusion is, to protect and prevent the use of data from danger and threat. That's the security of data science, like the definitions as in general, when we talk about like what is the security of data science. And when we protect and prevent the data we are using anywhere, like in social media, the transactions, banking systems, finances, universities, here we are in the conference, the data is collected, our personal information, personal identifiable information, how it can be protected, how it can be delivered in a manner that it will not end up with bad actors' hand. So there are some importance of security in data science, which when I'm going through it, while doing my research, I found out like some of the definition or saying from technology. So any loss of data is a great concern, but also as we are sharing more and more personal identifiable information in order to access different systems, there is a lot of concerns. So this is by John Adam, the Executive Assistant Director of FBI Information Technology. And another quote I would like to quote, Mariah Vorey, she is the FBI Chief Data Officer. According to her, is that it's near impossible for the agencies to get value out of it quickly. It means that in the context of data, she is mentioning that like the data is generated every day, like terabytes of data. And after 9/11, things has changed tremendously. Like we need to collect some data to address certain security concerns. So how those data will be handled is very important thing. So when we talk about, you know, different domain of data security, so because I am a researcher and also a teacher, educator, so there are like a room of opportunities to work with the especially security in data science. So there are different domains. So these domains are like cyberbullying, cyber protection, darknet analysis. So cyberbullying and cybercrime protection, these are the research areas, pocket security, word behavior, evidence-based approach. These are the areas which like lot of research is coming, and the research article I would like to provide is this project, which I want to show is I think that is very important. So I'm showing this project. So this is like very much like publicly available by Georgia State home. So when we do like cybercrime protection, darknet analysis, they have lot of research of like how to monitor the data generated from the darknet web and how to operate and strategies of activities. And these are the researches of happening in the day-to-day activity, and terabytes of data are gathered and analyzed. And so why I provided this thing, which I also personally follow, especially cybercrime protection as well, it's because like these projects are, lot of research needs to be done, and it's like a very diverse background, and it's related. We need more data scientists to get involved in this type of projects where the cyber criminals can be caught and prosecuted in the court of law, so that they can do less harm to the public who are not aware of it. And these are like some projects like online fraud. Online fraud happens in our day-to-day activity. We all are involved in Twitter, other social media, and we see online fraud, people sending DMs with links, which we have no idea if we click where it will end. So like how they further decept potential victims and who are the targets. Majority of the time, the targets are children and women. What is the psychology behind it? How can we address, and what is the perception? Can we stop it based on data analysis? So is it possible to gather those data and we can find pattern to it? Evidence-based cybersecurity research is one of the booming field where the quality, what we look for is more social science and technology interdisciplinary background. So data scientists has lot of like, it's no more in one way. It's a diverse knowledge, pool of knowledge we need, security and data science. So that's being said, there are several other researches, but these are like important researches and available in when we talk about security and data science and for other knowledges. So, so from that, if you have any questions, please do let me know. I just wanted to give a perspective of like security, data science, and the broader domain perspective. And this is my contact.
Yeah. Sorry, I couldn't get my mute to go off there. So thank you so much. This was a fantastic talk, Deveeshree. We now will transition to Q&A. I'm going to take a look and see if we have anything in Q&A or anything in the chat. Okay, attendees, we don't have anything in the Q&A right now, but what I have learned from the last few sessions is if we just wait a couple of minutes, we usually see some questions come through. So let's just give it a couple minutes, yeah.
Yeah, and I have provided my email address. So there is a Q&A. So you mentioned, so Andrea, thank you for your question. Mentioned that women and children are most targeted by cyber attack. Do you have a reference, more information on this? Yes, I do have a reference. I have like resources of like, you know, when we do cyber criminology, especially victimology, research papers. At this time, maybe like I can send it to you if I will have some contact information, or if you would mind emailing me and just mentioning the subject that, you know, get to hear from me. I will be able to send you the resources I have, because I did a lot of research on this, especially how to make a transition. How to make a transition, Srishti, how to make a transition in the domain of cybersecurity, what skill set are required, any prerequisite? So Srishti, thank you for your question. So what you can do is, so if you have like, you know, if you are pursuing, interested in security in data science, especially, start from, there are a lot of public data available. So one resource is ISP Square, Kaggle. Those data are publicly available. You can download it. You can export those data into different technologies, which are Tableau, Splunk, even if Excel. if you are like, not familiar with Splunk, I'm just giving you like, how to have a start. So Tableau, Splunk, and especially Tableau, for now it's free. Splunk is a free domain. It's a very powerful tool, and I used personally when I was in graduate school. You export those data and go through, try to answer some research question. And once you start answering those research questions and analyzing the data, you'll find it that, some kind of understanding methods. So that's how you get into it. P. Chang, what's your view on cybersecurity work as an encryption becoming popular? Actually, I really think of Telegram. Okay, great. So work and encryption, I think that when we process the data from one network to another, I think like strong encryption is needed. Let me know whether I answered it, but it's a very, I think that it's a very, your question is very much broader sense. It depends on where you are at and what data you are dealing with. So if we are talking about government agencies, things will be different, and encryptions will be different than if we are talking about a smaller startup. So when you say what cybersecurity work as an encryption, what do you mean?
So Deveeshree, they may be able to post an addendum to that, but they're not able to speak up. Just a quick comment. So we started about 5 minutes late. I know we're technically at the end of our session, but if we have more questions, I think we have a few minutes to answer those. So
yes. So the last Pei Chang is follow. Especially, you don't have data on what bullying message is being sent. Actually, there are a lot of data are available that or technologies. So what happens is that when you send a message, and I think that it happens nowadays using in several apps, even if dating apps as well, if somebody is behaving or sending an inappropriate text word, it has been encrypted and it won't show up. So there are data are available, and you just have to go through certain process to get those data, how to encrypt those things. But yes, data are available, but I'm not aware of the process, but I know for sure that the data are available to conduct your research. So
let's see, Deveeshree, do we have
I think I answered. Is there anything?
Let's just give it another minute. Any more questions from the attendees? So you can post them in the Q&A. Okay, Deveeshree, I'm happy to stay another minute or two if you want, but I think it looks like we've wrapped up on the Q&A.
Yes. Yes.
So oh, you've got the BYOB slide. Fantastic, thank you. I was getting ready to pull that up. You saved me a step. So fantastic, I appreciate that. So this is the end of our technical talks track for Women in Data Science, Puget Sound. It is now time for a BYOB break before the closing remarks. Please grab a refreshing beverage or treat and